Hey, welcome to Joe's Multiverse. I'm Joe. Welcome back, my FLC, the figure-loving community. And if this is your first time here, well, you're here to stay. Just kind of works that way. First of all, I wanted to shout out Nathan Hoffman, 316. He was the 911th subscriber. Also, we're going to be doing the great debate question of the day towards the end of the video. And I had a funny comment that somebody left that I forgot to mention in one of the last videos. He says that lady at Hasbro was probably the Baroness. Typical Cobra shenanigans. That was really funny. And I put out a challenge to everybody to start asking me questions. I'm going to be doing a full video on answering questions, but there's a few that I just couldn't wait to get to, so I wanted to start in a little early. And one of them I had from Daryl Durntle. Is that how you say the last name? Daryl. Well, Daryl asks, is Arctic Storm Shadow Cobra or G.I. Joe? And from what I understand, I think that there was a storyline that he was in that getup. I know that there is a old action figure that resembles that. I'm not sure if that's what they based the new Arctic Mission classified series 6-inch figure on that, but I believe in the comic books or wherever he appeared like that, I believe he was I think he was on the Cobra side. If somebody knows for sure, let me know. I don't know everything. I did my best to research that one, and that's about as far as I got. Also, Eric Defron Prime Derigi? Eric Defron Prime. He says, ever make a prototype of a Rocky Balboa figure? If you mean by prototype, did they ever make a Rocky figure? And Jax, is it Jax specific or I think so. I had a whole bunch of them. I have a whole bunch of those Rocky figures from all the movies. They're in a storage up in Brainerd, Minnesota. I don't know if I'll ever get my hands on my stuff. I got a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff and Pirates of the Caribbean and my Rocky stuff and a bunch of other things. But yeah, they did. There's also a Rocky Balboa figure at Walmart. I think it's a little smaller. They're selling that, and I believe it is from POW Entertainment. I think it's the same company that came out with these. This is the Stan Lee that I got a little while ago, and you can find those at Walmart, hopefully, if you're looking for that. And Rocky is actually my number one, before Star Wars, before Marvel, before everything. Rocky, at least the movies anyway, that's my all-time favorite. So thank you for asking that question. Carlos Peliez. Carlos asks, ever thought about getting into collecting Joy Toy or Acid Rain? And I looked those up. I'd never heard of those before, and these are really super cool. And after looking at them, the price is a little high for old Joe's Multiverse right now anyway. I kind of try to stick to the $20 price point, trying to ball on a budget, but these are really cool. And check this figure out right here. Could you imagine having this guy standing behind a bunch of your G.I. Joe classified figures on the shelf or wherever you display them? That would look balls of the wall. I mean, that is cool. That would be very cool. Thanks for asking me that. I'm going to keep looking at those, and maybe one day I'll be able to get a few. And maybe, you know, if we blow up big enough around here, we could get some sort of deal that they would send a few to review. Who knows, but that would be way down the line. All right, and also before I get any further, I am also going to be doing a action figure battle royale, and I got a few figures here that I need your help with. And I'm going to be putting two figures up against each other, and I need you all to vote on which one that you decide is the winner, depending on not necessarily if these characters were real and they fought, but what you think about the figures. And you can base it on if you have some sort of childhood connection to them, or if the articulation is so great that you love it for your photography, or however you decide to vote on each of these. First off, we have the NECA Leonardo and the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi. Now, out of these two, who gets your vote? And then we will decide the winner, and then the winner will go up and go on to the next level. But these are the first two to vote on, and then the next two, which one of these bad boys gets your vote? Let me know down in the comments. We have the Punisher War Machine, and we have good old Destro. Two equally awesome figures, but which one is your favorite? Which one gets your vote? Let me know. And then I have a few more that I will hold up here as we go along. All right, next up we have a Forge Macy Juski. Forge? Well, Forge says, did you ever have any vintage G.I. Joe figures, 82 through 94? If so, what were your favorite figures? And I know that I had a few G.I. Joes. The one that I remember the most and what was one of my favorite all-time figures was the Quick Kick that I have talked about. And I'm hoping that the Classified series comes out with one of those. But I didn't have a whole lot of actual G.I. Joes when I was a kid. I personally mostly had He-Man. He-Man was the biggest thing when it came to actual action figures. And then I had a few Batman and Superman. My Dukes of Hazzard 3 3/4 figures were two of my favorites. That was like my all-time favorite show when I was really little. But I mostly had He-Man. But I would have to say, with my memory of looking way back then, Quick Kick was the one that sticks out the most and was my favorite. Thank you for that question. We got a comment from Greg Martinez. He said he commented on the Small Hunt Massive Haul video that I just put up. He asks, was this staged? There is no way in hell all them Motu, Masters of the Universe, He-Man, and Magneto were there. I can't find any. Brownie face. Well, no, and I commented back to him that no, it wasn't staged. I can't imagine. First of all, I'd have to get my hands on all those figures, and then like you mean stage? Like I would bring them into the store and hang them up, and then pretend I found them or something. Like that's just seems way too much work. And even if somebody gave me a bunch of figures and I had the thought in my head to take them, I'd have to bring them into the store, and I wouldn't do that. I commented back that I don't have any like false content or lie to any of you, but it was funny. Is this staged? I mean, I kind of think that in the back of my head sometimes. Like if I find like the jackpot, like are they going to think that this is like made up or something? But no, it wasn't. But thanks for that comment. That made me chuckle. Stephen Wilcox says, dang dude, congrats. And this was on the Small Hunt and Haul video too. Stephen Wilcox says, dang dude, congrats. My X-Men pre-orders haven't even shipped yet. And that is the way of it. It's with everything going on and coming out or starting to come out of this pandemic and last year's debacle of everything. A lot of stuff is slow, and then all the other things that might be affecting pre-orders across the board with all the different action figure lines. And it's really frustrating. And I've done that too. I've pre-ordered something and then found it, like my Thanos. I pre-ordered him from GameStop and then ended up finding him yesterday. So that's kind of how it goes. I know sometimes when you pre-order stuff, you can get them early. I know that my buddy Elite Legend over on his channel, he gets all kinds of stuff way before it comes out into the stores, and it's stuff that I really am looking forward to, and he pre-orders it and he gets it months in advance because he pre-ordered it, and then I see him reviewing it and I'm like, curses Elite, but that's the name of the game. You got to go through all the different channels and ways and hunt, and it just kind of all comes out in the wash eventually. But thanks for that comment. All right, I got two more figures for you guys to take a look at that you can tell me who gets your vote. And I got the new Spider-Gwen from the Stiltman wave versus the beautiful Gina Carano. Sorry. Good old Cara Dune. Out of these two, which is the better figure? Which one's your favorite? Which one do you prefer? Let me know what your vote is. And then two more. We got the Iron Patriot versus the Devastator. Two very cool figures, but which one wins the battle and moves on to the next stage? And then I got a couple more coming in just a few minutes. And I came across this. I figured that this was G.I. Joe content worthy. I came across Storm Shadow shoes. Is this for real? They're Asics and they're G.I. Joe Storm Shadow shoes. Has anybody seen these or heard of these? This is crazy. Would anybody be interested in these? I thought I would share it. So, and also I wanted to share a couple pictures from a very cool guy on Instagram. He's under the handle Figurehead. I should have that right here. Look him up. These are some cool pictures that I saw and that I asked him if I could share. Take a look at these. This is very, very cool. I love this one here of his custom table. He's doing custom G.I. Joes and whatnot. I think it's fantastic work. I'm so envious of somebody that has the time and has the ability and talent and the resources to be able to do something like this, because there's a lot of figures out there that come out that we don't particularly like, that we wish that was different, or figures that don't come out at all and somebody improves on them or makes the whole figure themselves, and they're one of a kind, and it's very, very cool, and I love seeing stuff like this. So if you do customs, you know, hit me up and I'll share your stuff, and I'd love to just take a look at it because I really appreciate stuff like that. All right, 2 more action figures for you to take a look at and tell me who gets your vote. We got Jango Fett from the Star Wars Black Series versus He-Man from the Masters of the Universe. Which one of these guys gets your vote? Huh? Which one do you like? And then 2 more. This might be a tough one because these are 2 very cool figures, but I'm super excited to see what y'all think. We got Super Shredder, the NECA Super Shredder versus the new Thanos. Which one of these bad boys gets the vote? Let me know. Awesome. And then I got 2 more in just a moment. And so far it looks like He-Man is winning the race when I asked what other kind of content should I do next. Either it be Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, He-Man, or Star Wars Black Series. I'm going to be doing a little bit on all of those, but first up I think we're going to be doing He-Man, and lucky enough I scored a bunch more He-Man. And then 2 other ones from the other day was the old Princess of Power and Zodak. So we got lots of good stuff to make some He-Man content and He-Man videos. And if anybody has any suggestions or ideas on how to elaborate on some He-Man content, let me know, and I might just take those suggestions and make a whole video on it. We're all in this together. It is the FLC, right? Is that catching on yet? The figure loving community? Well, that's what I'm calling it. All right, 2 more figures. We got the NECA Terminator from Terminator 2, and we got the Marvel Legends Punisher on his badass bike. Look at that. Which one of these 2 thuggish, ruggish bones gets your vote? Huh? That's going to be kind of hard to do. They're both very, very awesome. All right, before we get to the great debate question of the day, we'll do the last 2. And this is a little different, but they're box sets. I just want to see which one that you guys prefer, and I'll be taking these out so we'll be able to see them stand up against everybody else. But we got the Marvel's Rogue and Pyro versus Magneto and Professor X. Which one of those fantastic 2 figure box sets are getting the vote? Let me know, and I will be sure to open these up very, very soon. All right, the great debate question of the day. Which villain is the best? Which one's everybody's favorite? Which one's everybody's favorite figure? Which one reigns supreme in the villain category? Is it Cobra Commander or Skeletor? Let me know down in the comments below. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming by the multiverse, my FLC. And until the next time we enter the multiverse, I'll see you later.